I have this message for all the Andrew Tate simps. We just saw the mind of an Andrew Tate simp and got some insight into what they're like.
Like if freaking Andrew Tate came to like ask for my daughter's hand for marriage, obviously I'd be like, okay, are you praying good? Do you follow the sunnah of a prophet and all that stuff? But eventually I'd be like, okay, if he says yes to that, I'd actually give him my daughter. Like, it's fine.
Is this your king? Is this the guy? And I guess I should point this way because everything's in reverse. Is this the guy that you named your company after? This is the guy. No, we could go on just no more. I'm done with this story. This whole week, I've been just in the mind of Andrew Tate and his followers. I can't anymore. I can't. But I do want to ask, is this your king? Is this the guy that you give, that if you're in a part of the war room, you're giving thousands of dollars so you can be like?
It wasn't expensive back then. The war room was about like $1,400, $1,500 US, something like that.
How much does it cost now to join?
$7,979 USD. So it's gone up quite a bit, yeah.
Almost $8,000 to get into the war room. But for many members, the huge sum spending doesn't end there. So
you join the war room, you pay a set price. And then there are events, and they make a lot of money off the back end of the events. Margins are actually really, really huge because some of the events maybe cost $500, maybe $1,000 per head to run it, and they'll charge you $12,000, $18,000 on the back end. So times that by like 40 or 50 people, loads of money to be made.
Is this the guy that you know, somebody say he's doing all this good in the world? Is this the guy? The guy that is supposed to be the alpha male of alpha males. He's teaching men how to be masculine again. This guy, is this your king? The guy that we have spent 5-6 hours streaming, and every few minutes is him telling you another illegal and stupid thing he did.
But the majority of my money was actually made in the pimp game. I say that, people think I'm making it up. It's true. This is why I think I have a bit of a following on Twitter, because I have a unique resume. Like, there's a whole bunch of guys on, but not many like world champion kickboxer, pimp, mafia associated criminal. Like, I've got all this stuff, and everyone's like, who is this dude? Like, surely it can't all be true. I'm like, it's all true.
I have to fuck her so she obeys me. I don't give a shit about having sex with beautiful women. I fuck them so they listen to me, so I can get what I actually want, which is not them. It's a means to an end. Every single Bond girl was exploited. That's exactly what I do.
And it got to the point where it was easier if I just typed myself. So what we ended up doing was we had the two girls on camera with a keyboard, which wasn't plugged in, doing this. And then I was behind the screen talking to the dudes, saying the right things, and start dragging money out the internet.
I had these guys selling their houses, life savings, loans, all of it to me. Give me it all. So like, and it's basic shit, right? You'd have a guy.
Feel bad or no?
Fuck no. To give a solitary fuck.
Vivian's been with me 6 years. She's completely head over heels in love with me. She wants kids with me, everything. Vivian's younger. Melissa's like 28. Vivian's like 21. Vivian's been with me 6 years. Vivian's like 21.
Oh, man, no, man. What the hell? Oh, my God. No way.
My queen, Tatiana. Is this your queen? Is this your king? This is Andrew and Tristan. This is who they really are. Two island boy fun boys. I'ma keep it on my island for you. That for some reason have been able to take the internet by storm. And I know the reason. They're able to prey on insecure people. They preyed on insecure women for their cam thing, and they went too far with it clearly because they're charged for human trafficking for a good reason. Only God knows if they're actually going to get time, but Andrew Tate has admitted everything, and it literally has a course explaining how to do it.
Your goal is to inspire a girl to make money and give you the money. You have to have some element of influence, believing she needs you. Because at the beginning, she will need you, but you have to keep that fallacy, keep that dream alive that she can't do this without you.
We went through all that, and we're not going through it again. But we see the men that he exploits as well. The men, the low self-esteem, I remember when I first heard the Manosphere, and whenever they got criticized, and somebody said, you guys are just incels, you guys are just insecure guys, you guys are all creeps, they would push back and say, no, these motherfuckers are absolutely what they say they are. And he was hyperbolic because we know he lies a lot. He was absolutely hyperbolic. But he clearly detailed how to run and coerce women and keep women a part of the cam girl industry. But I guess I get it. Because there's a lot of insecure people and general insecure men. And these guys, they understand how to get money out of them. They understand how to use them. Remember, the only reason any of us know who Andrew Tate is because these goofs put his shit everywhere on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. And they posted his content non-fucking stop. That's why we know. So his ability to tap in to the insecure male mind is, bar none. Is this parody? That's what I'm saying. I'm sure some Tate simp is going to say this is parody. And I'm going to say, you know what? Maybe it was. Maybe some of this was parody. Because some of this is unbelievable.
Here's what happened. I went to my first meeting, like my first dinner. The one I went to was actually pretty small. It was just me and 3 other people. Or actually, no, 4 other people. But what's so funny is that when I first went, I parked the car, right? Like I paid for parking. But this guy comes out. The first G I meet, he comes out. He was a bit of an older man. Like he wasn't like a guy my age, but he was a bit older. He went and he was paying for the parking. And what's funny is that I paid and I finished, right? But then he goes and he pays. And it's like, I'm right next to him. Like, hey, what's up, brother? I'm right next to him. He's paying. And then his card declines. And then he's like, okay, let me try another card. He pays. And then his card declines again. And then I'm like, the ad bill, it probably hit in my head. I'm like, brother, do you need any help with the payment? He's like, no, I got this. Like freaking after the 4th card, finally he pays for the parking. And that was my first impression on the entire war room. So I learned that one guy, he was actually making money from selling pictures of women. Apparently he was making pretty good money from that. That's the first thing I saw. The second guy, he was making money from like a software company. He was basically like their salesman. And then the third guy, he was looking for a sales job. He was begging, bro. He was like, I need a sales job. I don't have a sales job. My rent is due at this month and then this month. But then the second meeting I went to, which was like the bigger meeting, like it had actually a lot of people. I went to it. I was sitting there and I was thinking of like, to my left, there's this guy who's like so jacked, freaking on steroids, he even admitted to being on steroids, but he was making his money from OnlyFans, right? And then I looked to my right, and this other guy who was like, I'm like, how do you make your money, bro? Well, he asked me first, and I was like, how do you make your money? He was like, I make my money from Reddit, where I get traffic from Reddit to my OnlyFans, and that's how I make my money. And then I'm like, okay, interesting, OnlyFans. I'm like, how do you make your money? He was like, oh, I have like a webcam. I'm like, interesting. How do you make your money? He's like, oh, I just basically sell digital products on TikTok. I'm like, finally, it's a freaking guy who makes his money not from OnlyFans. And then I look at this guy, I'm like, how do you freaking make your money? And then he was like, well, I don't. That's why I was asking you on Telegram, can you please help me with this, and that? It's like when you join it, you're going to be paying the $5,000, but you're not just going to be paying for that. They say that's only your admission ticket. You're only paying to get access to these people. You're not paying to be respected and all that stuff. What you're supposed to be doing is pay for more stuff. As soon as you join, they're asking you, it's like, you got to pay now for the 5 fundamental courses, which I think is like $3,000 with a discount or whatever. So $5,000 USD plus $3,000 discounts. Now you have the 5 fundamental courses. Well, now you have to be meeting up with other Gs. So I told them, I'm like, but I already met with other Gs and I didn't find the value from it. Like I didn't find the most benefit from it. So then they would come and they would tell you, yeah, but you joined an unofficial meeting. Even though it was a big meeting, it was still an unofficial meeting. It's not a war room meeting. What you're supposed to be doing is join a war room meeting, like a war room official meeting. And how much does that cost? Well, minimum $1,000, $2,000. Some of them are like $10,000. Like if freaking Andrew Tate came to like ask for my daughter's hand for marriage, obviously I'd be like, okay, are you praying good? Do you follow the sunnah of a prophet and all that stuff? But eventually I'd be like, okay, if he says yes to that, I'd actually give him my daughter. Like it's fine.
Oh, and of course Tristan is his baby mama is one of the cam girls.
Little brother Tristan had already been managing webcam girls through an agency called Talus Management, a play off of Tristan's kickboxing nickname, Tate the Talisman. Talus Management still has a Twitter profile, showing everyone the various models that lonely incels could buy subscriptions to on OnlyFans. That lineup of models includes the mother of Tristan Tate's daughter, going by the moniker Abigail Tyson with 3 N's. The fact that she is still active in this online profile game while raising Tristan's daughter tells you loads about the kind of man that Tristan Tate is not.
I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. I'm sure somebody's going to say it's all AI, it's all this, it's all the Matrix. No, he's really a scumbag. He is the scumbag they say. No, he's worse than the scumbag that he says. They keep saying misogyny. No, he actually manipulated girls. He allegedly raped a girl. I don't know if he did that, but that's one of the charges. We covered yesterday. He definitely gets his girls to beat other girls.
And if the girls didn't work or didn't pull in enough money after they moved in, the Tates would have Georgiana and Luana, their assistants, beat them. They're being charged as well. These are transcripts from Dicot, the Romanian FBI, showing them threaten a girl, saying, maybe you're not listening because I'm killing you if we don't make money. Punch yourself in the mouth until I arrive because I'll give you another 10. Andrew Tate would encourage his victims to get breast implants, and if they didn't reach their numbers, he'd make Georgiana pull at the stitches. The prosecution writes, there's no medical documents of the physical violence because the defendants acted cunningly, without leaving traces. For example, from one of the victim's statements, it appears Georgiana, to avoid leaving traces of violence on the body of one of the girls who recently undergone breast implants, would lift her arms to break the operation, after which stated she's not stupid enough to leave traces. To anyone who's still skeptical about the human trafficking charges, I beg to ask, what else would you call this?
If they don't make enough money or don't do what he wants, because we saw the transcripts, I'm sure, oh, that's fake too, that's fake. Okay, well, we heard him admit multiple times in one way or another that he fucks women so he can get them to obey him so they can stay in his house and make him money.
I used sex as a tool to make women love me so they'd obey me and live in my house and make me money. That's what I wanted.
We got another video of him saying that they're not allowed to leave.
So I end up with all these chicks just stuck in their house, sitting there, bored, completely in love with me. And of course, they don't go out. They're not allowed out. You stay in the house. You don't go nowhere. You're not, no restaurants, no clubs, nothing.
We got another video saying that he doesn't pay them fairly.
Tax is also another important element for controlling your woman. You're not going to pay anybody tax because you're getting paid in Bitcoin. But you need to tell your girl that you're paying the tax. Because girls are lazy, and girls are stupid, and girls don't understand how taxes work. She'll sit there and go, okay. Now that allows you to do two things. One, it's another control element. Secondly, it allows you to pay her a smaller percentage. So I used to pay my girls 30%. They thought they were on 50%. So really you're paying 30, you tell them you're paying 50, the difference is in the tax.
How much would you give them? Can you give us an idea of like how much money you were pulling on? Because I've seen you tweet shit about guys sending your girls like $1,000, $5,000 in cash just as a one-off. Yeah. And I know how desperate guys are. Like what kind of turnover were you talking? And what kind of percentage would you give the girls?
Okay, so my best girl would do about $40,000 a month.
Oh my God!
And
Sean, we're in the wrong gender.
Maybe.
And how much?
Is it 14 or 40?
40.
Oh, Christ.
Jesus.
And I give her $1,000 a week.
We got another video saying that he uses the context to keep them there. He does everything he can to coerce them to stay there so they can't leave him.
And I had a separate phone with all my girls' guys in that phone, and I kept control of it. You don't let your girl have this, because if your girl ever runs off and leaves you, you don't want her to have an address book of all the guys she can get money from. You want her to leave and go, well, I don't know the account, I don't have the password to the account, I've never set it up before, I don't know how the banking works, I don't have any of my guys' phone numbers, I have nothing. And that's why they don't want to leave, because they're like, oh, well, he has everything, I need him, I have to stay with him, he has everything. I'm telling you, it's a very important element, that control, because once the money starts pouring in, the girls will be like, well, what the fuck do I need this dude for?
Is that enough legally to get a human trafficking charge? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer in Romania, but it is enough evidence for me to say you're a piece of shit. And I don't want to indict all your followers. I know a lot of them are misled. A lot of them don't know all this shit. A lot of them don't know the shit about the war room. They just see a Tate TikTok and go, oh yeah. But the hardcore followers, they're pieces of shit too, if not just idiots. And I said it. And if I get smoke for it, I got a small platform. I don't expect smoke. If I get smoke, I get smoke. It is what it is.